Yo, what up? Broadway.com. This is Lindsay Mendez, and you're watching The Broadway.com Show.
Welcome to The Broadway.com Show, your weekly cheat sheet for everything Broadway, or as we like to think of it, Theater Nerds Anonymous. Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Beth?
Idina Menzel is coming home. The Tony winner, who hasn't been on Broadway since Wowie and Wicked, is returning in a new musical called If Then by Next to Normal duo Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkey. Idina is reuniting with her Rent director, Michael Greif, for the show, which hits Broadway next March. Next March? That's like 525,600 minutes away.
Here's something we heard through the grapevine. Rent alum Jesse L. Martin has signed on to play Marvin Gaye in Sexual Healing, a long-in-the-works biopic about the Grammy-winning musical legend. Martin was originally cast in the role, but was replaced by singer Lenny Kravitz last year. But now that Martin's back on board, we got 4 words. Let's get it on.
Brace yourselves, Broadway, because producer Cameron Mackintosh may bring that long-awaited revival of Oliver to New York, and he wants it to star Les Mis film standout Samantha Barks as the lovable, ill-fated hooker, Nancy. Mackintosh is also dreaming up a new film adaptation of Oliver for Barks to star in. Samantha, consider yourself on Cameron's A-list.
A Pimpmobile on Broadway? That's the rumor as music exec Tommy Mottola and Tony winner Bill T. Jones team up to adapt Superfly for the stage. Look for the smooth 70s sounds of Curtis Mayfield to spark this story of a New York City drug dealer who's determined to get out alive. Fedoras, trench coats, and a 1971 Cadillac Eldorado sounds like a winning combination.
Attention all girls with guitars, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof star Scarlett Johansson is starting up an all-female band called The One and Only Singles. Sounds awesome, ScarJo. Now can we suggest a kick-ass lineup of Broadway divas to round out the group? We're thinking Patina Miller, Rebecca Falconberry, Jennifer Damiano, and Krista Rodriguez would really bring Scarlett and the Pussycats, The One and Only Singles, some real girl power. Oh, and our fee, it's 15%.
Broadway hunk Cheyenne Jackson took to Twitter this week to let his Scientologists know that he signed up for Instagram in his signature charming style. Just joined Instagram, he wrote. I met Mr. Cheyenne Jackson, cause Miss Jackson If You're Nasty was taken. Follow Cheyenne at Cheyenne Jackson. You know, if you're nasty.
Hi, I'm Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and you're watching the Broadway.com Show. Enjoy.
This week, Broadway said hello to Lola and the Ladies of Kinky Boots. Played by Billy Porter, Lola is the fiercest of London drag queens, and so when we got in front of the Kinky Company, we asked them to share their own fantasy drag names. Hit it, hunties.
My drag performer name would be Annabelle Baby, Boo Boo Child,
Skippy LaRue,
Tamala,
Noah Vale, Cassio Orangetta,
Princess Never Heard of Her.
Thumbs up this week to Roundabout Theater's stunning new staging of Lanford Wilson's Tally's Folly. Danny Burstein and Sarah Paulson are heartbreaking as Matt and Sally, the play's 2 lost souls looking for love. Much more than a simple summer romance, this 97-minute tour de force takes you to that magical theater place where laughs and tears run into one another. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind show playing at the Laura Pels Theater.
Thumbs down to musical theater writers everywhere. Yes, all of you, from Stephen Sondheim to Stephen Schwartz. Don't you know that super talented siblings Hunter and Sutton Foster want to work together on stage? Hunter, who's starring in Hands on a Hardbody, noted in his Broadway.com Q&A that there aren't a lot of brother and sister shows. So hop to it, composers. The Foster kids are waiting.
Bow down to your Khaleesi. Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke looked dynamite this week when she met the press to talk about her Broadway debut as Holly Golightly in the brand new adaptation of Breakfast at Tiffany's. If Emilia looks half as hot on stage as she does here, we may have to stay for lunch, dinner, and dessert at Tiffany's too.
This week, I was lucky enough to sit down with one of my all-time favorite funny ladies, the unstoppable Joan Rivers, for a chat on Show People. For this week's High Five, we're featuring the 5 most outrageous zingers from the always quotable star.
Hal Prince, who I love, and I'm friendly with Hal, he once said to me, if you could have sung, Bernadette Peters would be shining my shoes. Patty LaPone would be doing my hair as we're talking. I don't think that Maggie should be pigeon-toed. Okay. What you say? I'm Maggie the cat, and if you no, you're Maggie the cat. But anyway, but it's an event, you idiots. People are standing up there and doing make-believe for you, and you're in flip-flops?
Please.
Oh, I think Anne Hathaway was at home saying, I'm wonderful. She must have the driest lips from kissing her own ass. Go into the shops where the hookers buy their clothes. Because there's a very thin line between hooker and wow.
I'm Carly Rose Sonnenclair, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
It's time for Broadway Smackdown, where we ask you to choose sides in our burning question of the week. Last week, we asked you to choose which Laura Osnes role is your fave, Bonnie Parker in Bonnie and Clyde or Sandy in Grease. This was no contest. 100% of you chose Bad Girl Bonnie as the best. Now on to this week's battle. Just when you thought FX's American Horror Story couldn't get any scarier, Kathy Bates, who won an Oscar for her terrifying role as Annie in the horror film Misery, joins the cast of the 3rd season of the hit show. Bates will play the best friend turned sworn enemy of returning AHS mainstay Jessica Lange. So, which badass actor sends chills straight up your spine? Bates or Lange? Let us know by tweeting at BroadwayCom with the hashtag BWaySmackdown, and tune in next week to find out the winner.
Our star of the week is Laura Osnes, Cinderella's radiant leading lady who is breathing new life into a show that 3 generations fell in love with on TV. Osnes has made a seamless transition from reality TV winner to Tony-nominated Broadway star, and now she's taking fans behind the scenes as Broadway.com's newest video blogger. Congrats, Laura, for being, in the words of Oscar Hammerstein, really as beautiful as you seem.
Thanks for tuning in to the Broadway.com show. We'll leave you with American Idol hopeful Zonette Johnson's unforgettable, show-stopping, sorta crazy performance of Lion King's Circle of Life. See you next week.